Hey guys, it's Susan from Tamagems. I want to show you how to make these 5 party earrings. My friend asked me to make some earrings for her for a party that she's having, and she wants to use these earrings as gifts. She wants them to be gold, she wants them to be large, and she wants the beads to be in a neutral color. So I came up with these earring connectors that are large and gold. And for my bead, I'm going to use a brown tan crackle glass with gold specks in them. To make each earring different, I'm going to use different bead caps, throw in some miyuki bugle beads, and different spacer beads. Okay, let's get started. So let me show you the 5 earrings that we're going to make. The first one is this one. It's got the crackle glass on the bottom, a spacer bead, and a miyuki bugle bead in the middle. The second one we're going to make is this one. Oops. The crackle glass at the bottom, and I have a rhinestone spacer in the middle with a bead on the top. Dangles in the middle. This is the third one we're going to make. I know these are really popular right now, these like fan-shaped connectors. So I've got my bead in the middle, 2 bead caps, one on the top, one on the bottom, and a spacer bead. So this is the third one. The fourth one is the leaf one, and I've got my crackle glass in the middle with 2 spacer beads on the outside and the leaf dangling from the bottom. And the last earring I have, I'm using the crackle glass at the bottom. I've got miyuki bugle beads in the middle, and I've attached it to the large circle. Okay, so let's get started. I'm starting with a 2-inch head pin. I'm going to slip on my bead, my spacer bead, my miyuki bugle bead. Now I'm going to take my chain nose pliers, hold it down at the top, push the wire to the back, and we're going to wire wrap. Pinch down the wire, come up, over, down, rotate, and bring the wire to the back. I'm going to wire wrap the top by pinching down the loop with my chain nose pliers, coming in with my bent chain nose pliers, and wire wrapping around. I'm going to cut off my excess, and I'm going to pinch down the burr. And I have to be mindful of not getting too close to this bugle bead because this is glass, and if I nip it at all, it's going to crack. Okay, putting this together, I'm going to open up a jump ring. I'm going to add my jewelry connector. I'm going to slip on my bead, and I'm going to close it up. Opening up another jump ring, I'm going to connect it to the jump ring on my earring and slide on my earring wire, and then close that up. Okay, we've got the first pair done. Now let's move on to the second one. Using another 2-inch head pin, I'm going to put on my crackle bead first. Then I'm going to put on my rhinestone spacer, my spacer bead, and now I'm going to wire wrap this. Coming in at the top, I'm going to pinch it down, bring the wire to the back, coming in with my round nose pliers, I'm going to bring the wire up, over and down, rotate my pliers, and bring the wire to the back. Now I'm going to wire wrap this, pinching the loop down that I just made, coming in with my chain nose pliers. I'm going to wrap around. I'm going to cut the excess off. Pinch the burr down. Okay, putting this one together, I'm going to use a jump ring, and I'm going to go through my connector. Then I'm going to add my bead and close it up. Then I'm going to use another jump ring, attach it to the top of the last jump ring, put on my earring wire, and then close that up. So there's our second pair. For this one, I'm going to use a 2-inch head pin. I'm going to use 2 bead caps, and I'm going to use a spacer bead and my crackle glass. So let's put on the bead cap first, then the glass, then the bead cap, and then the spacer bead. So what I'm going to do with this is actually make a simple loop. So I'm going to come in with my pliers and bend the wire to the back. I'm going to cut off so I have 1 centimeter of wire. Then I'm going to roll the wire back towards me until my ends touch, and I have my simple loop. I'm going to open up the loop that I just made. I'm going to add my fan. And close it back up. I'm going to add my earring wire directly to the connector because I want it to be front facing like this. So I'm going to open up my earring wire, slip on my connector, and close it back up. Okay, we have pair number 3 finished. Let's move on to number 4. Okay, for this pair, I've cut a 3-inch piece of wire, and what I need to do at the end is I need to make a simple loop. So I'm going to bend my wire back. I'm going to cut off so I just have 1 centimeter of wire. And I'm going to roll the wire towards me. Then I'm going to add my spacer, my crackle glass, and my spacer. So I'm going to make my simple loop by pushing the wire to the side. I'm going to cut off for 1 centimeter. Roll the wire towards me. Now I'm going to open up my first simple loop that I made at the bottom. I'm going to hang on my leaf and close it back up. Now for the top, I'm going to open up my earring wire and hang that on and close that up. Okay, this is our fourth earring. So pretty. To get started making this one, I need 8 head pins. I need 4 jump rings. These are 6 millimeters. I need 8 miyuki bugle beads, 8 spacer beads. These are like a nugget octagon shape. I need a crackle glass, and I need my ring and my lever back. First, we're going to start with the dangles. I'm going to use a head pin first, and I'm going to put on my little nugget, and then I'm going to put on my bugle bead, and then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and I'm going to bend it to the back, straight back, to form a simple loop. So I need to cut off about 1 centimeter, and then I need to use my round nose pliers and roll it towards me. Okay, let me show you how to do this again. Using a head pin, I'm going to put on my bead, and then I'm going to put on my bugle bead, using my chain nose pliers. I'm going to bend the wire to the back, cut off for about 1 centimeter, roll the wire back towards me, to get my dangle. I'm going to do this 5 more times, and then I'll meet you back here. Now that I have my dangles done, I'm going to work on my crackle glass. So I'm going to add my spacer to the bottom, put on my crackle glass, add a spacer to the top, and then add my bugle bead. And now I'm going to simple loop the top, bringing the wire to the back, cutting off for 1 centimeter, and rolling back towards me. What I want to do too is I want to come in and I want to look at each dangle, and I want to straighten it out if it's crooked, and I want to make sure that my loop is closed. Now we can start putting this together. We're going to open up a jump ring. I'm going to put on 3 on one side, 3 dangles on one side, the middle one in the middle with the crackle glass, and then 4 on the other side. Then I'm going to close it up open up another jump ring. And add this jump ring to the first jump ring. Then I'm going to find my big circle, and I'm going to eyeball where I hung this one on this circle. Okay, so it looks like it's going to be right here. So I'm going to put it through here and close it up. Then I'm going to open up another jump ring. I'm going to add it to the top. Put on my next jump ring and close this up. Opening up my last jump ring, I'm going to slip it through my lever back and close that. And there we have our 5th earring. It's amazing what you can make with a box of connectors and a bowl of Crackle glass. Here are your 5 party earrings. Thanks for joining me. See you again next time.